Daniella. This is
Thank
amazing.
you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I know. So we didn't have time to start with the slides. So I didn't even show the slides that I had with a nice picture of you and an introduction. But you're better than the picture. You're the real thing. So why don't you introduce yourself?
Thank you, Natalie. I'm Daniella Rudoff, and I'm the marriage architect. And I happily set singles up. I'm a matchmaker, I'm a dating coach, and a marriage educator, actually in reverse order. I became a marriage educator, I then became a matchmaker, and then I realized that everything that I brought to the table, being an educator, a marriage educator, and as people asked me to set them up, I recognized that I was able to integrate all of my marriage education concepts into the dating and making sure that my couples are happily dating, not just no forcing, and that they are, building a solid foundation in their dating relationship and getting married because they want to get married to each other because they're really happy. So that's really what most of what I do, but there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that goes on that I'm here to discuss, or at least to be here representing the concepts of what Natalie is always teaching, bringing a lot of education to the table. Natalie's a great educator. and yes, I have, there's so much that goes on into, as Natalie encourages me to scale, as opposed to just growing my business and doing everything myself.
Amazing. So this is exactly why I wanted to invite you. And like I said, I don't know if you were here, but I said there are 5 days in the Scale Your Business Lab. And the first day is Scale Your Mindset. And I was actually going through and thinking, like, who can I invite as a guest for Scale Your Mindset? And of course, your name came up because Daniella, you are the queen of mindset. I mean, this is. I mean, of course, obviously, you're the queen of dating and the queen of marriage architect. But I feel like if I know one person who's been working on her mindset and who also understands the importance of mindset, right? Because it's one thing to understand, that you want to have a bigger business, that you want to have more clients, that you want to have more money. Like everyone can relate to that. Right. But I have to say that the people, actually, from my experience, the people that understand the importance of mindset and take the time and invest the energy and are committed to working on their mindset, for me, are the ones, when I see from the people that work with me, that are the ones that are going to go not only, the highest, but also the sooner, right? It's going to take like the shortcut. So my question to you, because it's easy to talk about mindset as a definition, and this is mindset, and I have slides about this, and we're going to talk about it, right? But what I want from you is your experience, because this is what talks, right? It's what you went through, right? So I want you to tell me and everyone who's listening, for you, what does working on your mindset has done to your business? Like what can you say as an example of a mindset? And I know that it's asking you to be a little vulnerable, but this is to inspire and to show and to also share. Like, what is the mindset that you had to shift? One of them that you're comfortable to share, and that really made a difference in the way that you saw results in your business, or in the way that you saw different kinds of of success in your business. Can you share with us?
Yeah, sure. I can give you a million. But quick thing for today, I'm working on my Mazel Tov page because I have a new dating course that's on a new website. So I had all of the Mazel Tov page, every page had to be redone. And one of the things I did is I gave to my VA. I said, go search my Facebook. It would be so much faster for me to do it, right? But I said, here are the names of the people. Go search my Facebook for when I wish them Mazel Tov, the picture, everything, put it onto a document. And I'm going to send it to my website guy to upload it there. I asked my website designer, if she wants to be involved in this, or if I should just give it to him. In other words, I have people working for me that I can focus on my proactive clients, the people who are paying me to search for them and network for them, and also to guide them and work on their mindset. It's really big. It's so important.
So let me ask you something, because we know that hiring is part of scaling. Okay. And of course, I'm going to speak about hiring in day 5. It's going to be scale your team. But I want you to go a little deeper and more specific into what was the mindset that you had to shift in order to ask someone to do it instead of saying what we all said at some point? Oh, it's going to be easier if I just do it myself. Can you go inside? Can you take us inside your head? And what was the conversation? And how did you shift from, oh, I'll just do it myself, to I have two people working for me, and this is what I want to
Yes.
try to analyze.
I have to pay per hour. I'm not paying per month for them to work for me. I'm paying per hour. So it does make a huge difference that I'm paying them this, X amount, or another 2 hours this month, or another 5 hours this month. In other words, every hour does count. And the mind shift is that where's my brilliance is it, right? This is what you've taught me, the words, is my brilliance, to be in touch directly with my proactive clients, setting them up, meeting people for them, so that I need to be the one involved with that. So I need to delegate the other things, as many things get off my plate as possible, even if I would do it better, or even if I'm a control, right? Like I have to do everything myself kind of person, because I think I'll do the best job possible. But just letting go and saying, I will still pay that person whatever I need to pay them in order to get things off my plate. And I think that is the mind shift that I've been working on regarding delegating specifically.
Right. And it is a difference when you start a business, right? Because you've been in business for many years, right?
Yes.
And so it is a difference when you start, and you do have to do everything yourself, obviously, because you don't have yet the clients, or even you don't have the confidence that you don't even know yet where you're going and if this is going to be successful, right? And then it's about, okay, I'm going to have more and more and more and more clients, right? But then there's a point where, okay, you get it. You see that there is a demand for what you're offering. You see that you're successful. You see that you have what to offer. And so then it's about like, how do I invest my time? So when was it for you that you realized that, okay, I'm not just doing this as a hobby? I mean, we know a lot of shadchani, right? Matchmaking people that do that on the side. When was it for you that you decided this is also another mindset shift, right? To say, I'm doing this as a hobby. If it brings money, good. If not. At least I didn't invest in it. At least I'm not losing money, right? So there's this mindset of, I'm trying it out. We'll see what happens. To, no. This is a real business. I'm going to have people working for me. I'm going to be a CEO. So can you take us back to that time where you shifted from, something on the side to something where this is a real business?
Yes, there are 2 times that, there were many lines in the sand, I call them, when I had to make big decisions. The first one was, I didn't plan on doing this. People just started asking me to set them up, 2012, and 100 people came to meet with me in 9 months, meeting each person for an hour and a half for free. And then when you realize that you're not with your children and your husband and doing things you need to do and not making any money, that was first line in the sand, that either I go out and get a job or I make this my job. And people just kept coming. So it was clearly the right decision to charge a meeting fee at that point, because if I want to continue it, I have to sustain it. So that was mindset shift, and it's still working on that one, but I get it. Like, it makes a lot of sense. And that's the one thing that really sets me apart, is I get to know each person who I set up. In fact, the next line in the sand is where I continue to meet each person who I set up, even if I'm searching for them. And someone, that was the next line in the sand, was when people started to pay me to start searching for them. That doesn't come in the first level. The first level is, if anyone comes, I'm happy to set them up. And that's how many of the shidduchim happened. I'm so happy to do it. But that's when it naturally happens. But if they want me to search for them and network for them and be in touch with them more often after the meeting, in fact, almost every day, and I love it, and it's wonderful. But the point is that they're paying me. So once they're starting to pay me, where it's the value, I'm able to then pay other people to do other tasks. Even then, I'm taking a cut, obviously. So but that mindset shift was able to happen because when you're making enough money to sustain that, sometimes it's more and sometimes less, right? But that's like an investment of my part. I think it really works because also those people I'm searching and I'm having other people search for me as well. Like that's a big aspect as well, as I'm delegating to a team to help search with me for that person.
Right. And
That's
so
cool.
yeah,
It's very cool.
I love that. I love that. And I know we've been talking about this,
Yeah.
for a long time, that just what you just said was already leveraging your offer. So before
Yes.
we spoke about scaling and delegating to your team, which was one mindset shift. And
Yes.
this mindset shift is saying, okay, I'm offering this service. So the first one was I'm doing it for free, I'm charging, right? That's an obvious one when you want to start having a business. But the other one is I'm charging a lot, right? I'm charging much more, maybe even than I think other people are charging, or maybe that the market thinks that I should be charging. But the mindset shift here, and I've seen you going through that, is
Yes.
I know that what I mean. This is you talking, right?
Yes.
I know that what I am offering is top notch.
Yes.
I know that
And
what
I don't think I'm charging enough now, because
exactly.
it's there's so much work that goes on behind the scenes for this person, for each person that comes in proactive, and I think they're getting a good deal, because and they brought, and with my team working, it broadens my scope as well, and I know a lot of people. So it's wonderful. It's cool.
So we're seeing, what I love about this discussion, Daniella, is that we started with mindset, but we went into hiring. That was one mindset shift. Then we went into your identity as an entrepreneur. I'm not just doing this as a service, I'm charging money, one mindset shift. And now we're going into, I have a product, I have a service, I have an offer, but I know that I need to leverage, because what I'm offering is so amazing,
Right.
that I know people have to pay for it. And so that's another mindset shift. And so
Yeah.
we're seeing that every decision based, I know that, I'm sure you know that, and I'm trying to explain, how to deconstruct, the process, because basically we're saying that every business decision has to go first through a mindset shift. Do you agree?
Definitely. The mindset is key. In fact, we've had this discussion, and by the way, everybody, Natalie's amazing, that each time I have my monthly or every 3-week meeting, I'm always like, okay, yes, she gave me a great either mindset shift. It was probably usually a mindset shift, but there are other things that I come out of those meetings with, which are wonderful, and everyone should know that. But the mindset, that there were some times that I don't want to go into detail, that when we had a meeting, I wasn't ready to do, and I got so much done this week. You'd be so proud of me this last week, but I can do a lot. I really can get a lot done, the things that I'm supposed to get done to grow my business. I did the Google Workspace. So the concept though was, when I wasn't in the mindset that was like the growing mindset and the healthy mindset of, because something, was going on in my, that happened with my software. But then once everything got better, my mindset got better. I'm like, okay, let's go. I can go, but I know myself. And my husband knows, I'm like, I have to work on my mindset before anything, whether it's in obviously business, but also in other aspects of life. And I do believe this, and I also tell this to people who work with me, it's mindset is key. So to me, this is, you got me on the right day. Exactly.
You get so excited talking about that, and I love it, because I can see, and this is true for everybody. And I love how you're showing this, that every time in a business, in a journey, we're going to be faced with challenges, and we're going to be faced with fears, and we're going to be faced with questions. And if we go straight into the wall and we're like, I need to solve this, right? Like, for example, you have a technical challenge, right? I need to solve this, right? No, it's not going to be going in the wall. It's going to be, okay, let me change my mindset so that the wall is going to dissolve. So, wow. So I'm gonna let you go, because I know you need to go soon. But I do want you to give one tip, okay? One tip to people who are listening. Because they hear you talking about working on mindset, doing mindset, maybe they don't even know. I'm gonna share some slides, and I'm gonna tell them how to do it. But I also want it from you, from your experience, like, what is one thing that you do when you say, I'm going to work on my mindset? What is the practical thing that you do when you say, okay, I need to work on my mindset? What do you do?
Well, for starters, exercise, and I personally daven. Some people meditate. I think that's really important. And like music, that's something else that's really good. Law of attraction, we're very into that. And also, I think that it's there's a healthy mindset of knowing that personally, I'm religious. I'm Jewish. I'm religious, and I believe God wants it to work out. Whatever it's meant to be, it will happen. I know I need to put my efforts in, but it will be fine. It will work out, and I'm excited to see what those results. But the difference, I guess, is that I know it and being excited to see it are two different things. Wow. So I think that is a mindset shift, saying I need to get to excited and I need to be interested in working on it. And that goes with, eating right, exercise, all these things to get in. Also, like a nice a class, like to listen to a shiur. I think that also is something that's listening to something inspiring. So all those things can work. It's not like you're just in a bad mood or in a bad space. So you just give it time, just give it time. It could take a day or two, but don't give it too much time.
No, I love what you're saying. It's basically the excitement part. I love that.
Yes.
It's like being excited, not saying, "Oh, I have to do it again," but saying, "No, I'm excited. It's gonna work out. I'm gonna see." Like being excited even before you see the solution.
Yes, and knowing that I personally, in terms of Hashem, I know Hashem. I have so many examples, and that's another thing that helps me. I look at the other examples in my life where it was harder to see the good in something, and then afterwards seeing even better. So obviously there are other things in life that we can't, say that it's always perfect. So I don't want to say that to everybody in that way, of course. But at the same time, what I mean is, general things that it works out even better. So I'm like, okay, wait, I see that has happened. So I know that will happen. Okay, I need to get to, I can't wait to see that happen. Right. So it's something that helps me personally. And I try to remind myself, even when nothing is challenging, I try to still see those things that I'm grateful for in my life, and constantly.
I love that attitude. The people that you are working with are so lucky to work with you, because people that are not married, what they want is being married. So it's difficult to be excited for something they don't have. But with your approach and with your example, you're showing them that, okay, you don't have what you want yet, but if you're excited about it, it's going to come much faster, much easier, much organically, right? So wow, they're so lucky to have you.
Thank you. It's exciting. Thank God. It's exciting work. It's obviously, I'm happy to be there for the people who want to work with me, and it's really an honor. So I appreciate it, Natalie.
It was an honor to have you and talk about mindset. I knew you were the right person, and I wasn't wrong. Thank you so much, Daniella. Thank you for your input, and thank you for sharing your experience on mindset with us.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Natalie. Mwah. Be well. Thank you, everybody. Good luck, everyone. And let me know if you need any